Hey guys, welcome back to Heiko Shaves. My name is Heiko, and as you can see, I haven't shaved in 3, 4 days, 4 days, 5 days maybe. It's time. It's time. And quick apology from editing, Heiko. As you guys will notice in this video, the audio quality is not quite up to snuff, not to the level of what you guys are used to here on this channel. I had used the camera together with its digital microphone in a different recording location. Unfortunately, I had changed some settings on the microphone itself, which I didn't notice until after I had already recorded this shave. So I did some audio correcting and some trying to manipulate things to make it sound acceptable. I hope it's not too bad, and I hope you will forgive me. Thank you. It coincides with a delivery that I just got from a channel supporter, Brian. Brian, thank you so much for shipping this over to me. This is going to be so much fun trying out those two razors. All right, to not speak in tongues here or speak in riddles. I've been talking about wanting to try out the Rex Ambassador one more time. So in the very beginning of my channel, I was young and dumb and fresh to DE shaving Razor Emporium, or specifically Matt Pesorsik. He was so kind to send over a Rex Ambassador for me to review, and then he allowed me to turn this into a giveaway. So I gave away the Rex Ambassador. So ever since, I haven't had a Rex Ambassador. And, when I tried it out in the very beginning of my shaving career, it was a little bit on the spicy side for me. It was a little too aggressive for my beginner skin. Now you guys know that I usually go for highest setting of an adjustable razor. I shave, my still one of my go-tos here is the Razor Rock Lupo Open Comb 95. No, Lupo 95 Open Comb Stainless Steel. That's a mouthful, but that's one of my go-to razors now, which is a pretty spicy, pretty bladey, pretty aggressive razor. But I like it that way. I like it that I can, control the pressure and just get the stubbles off within a pass or two. So I don't have to always do a 3-pass routine to get a decent result. So things have changed. In the beginning, I was very timid. Aggressive razors like the R41 scared me, and I nicked myself all the time. And that kind of went away with practice and with experience. And I guess my skin gets used to it as well. So now I can shave with relatively aggressive razors without any problems. And so now I put that out there on the videos, and Brian responded saying that he has the Rex Ambassador, and he also has the Rex Envoy, which is the 3-piece non-adjustable equivalent, which is a straight open comb razor. And he was so kind to send both over to me. Envoy, Rex Ambassador. So both have beautiful knurled handles. This is the 3-piece variation, and this is the Rex Ambassador as we had it on the channel before. And just did a little bit of cleaning on those two so that we can put them right into rotation here. We're going to shave with the Rex Ambassador today. And then I was first thinking, my only Razor Emporium or Rex Supply set of aftershave and aftershave balm and soap and all that are now on decoration with my Rex Console and my Sentry. And I don't want to rip that apart, so we're going to use some other soaps. Another one that I'm really fond of is Cella and the matching aftershave balm. So these two are going to be used here today, plus Thayer's. My wrinkle label bottle, I wonder how long it's going to take me until I finish this bottle off. I don't seem to really use much of that stuff. And this paper label is just not, you can't use that in a bathroom. It's just, they changed the design now. The bottles look different, and I guess the label is different. Anyways, what else are we going to use? We're going to use the Persona Super, made in the United States, the 100-pack that I have here. So let's grab a fresh one here right out of packaging. Love those blades. They're really sharp. And, they're relatively affordable. They're made in the United States. What else can I ask for? So a 2-piece design, right? It's adjustable, straight close comb razor. And we're going to drop a blade here onto the top. And then we just stick it together like this. And then we're going to tighten up this little knob here. Very good quality razor, I gotta say. I mean, the brushing, the engraving, there is a little red dot on the adjusting knob so you can easily see it. I mean, this thing is just great. And of course, you know, tradition, we're gonna put it to setting 6. So I wanna use some pre-shave here, and I haven't used this huge block of pre-shave soap from Sterling. I need to leave the house, need to not look like, in Germany, we would always say someone looks like Rasputin. That was this Russian reared guy that was, you know, friends with the royal family, the emperor's family over there, and apparently he was a womanizer and like a strange character in Russian history. Rasputin. In Germany, when we say someone looks like a little rough, you know, a little ungroomed, we would say, oh, this guy looks like Rasputin. Does that count as the German word of the day? Rasputin? It's really a name. Oder ungepflegt. Ungepflegt is ungroomed, looks like not taken care of or not maintained. Ungepflegt could be applying for, like your front lawn looks ungepflegt, so it's not well maintained. And yeah, that is now the German word of the day. So I look ungepflegt. Yeah, that's how it goes. Usually when I work night shift and I sleep during the day, I don't really get to shaving all that much, and I really don't care what I look like. You know, when I fly a helicopter at night, nobody's gonna see me anyways. All right, so we put some pre-shave on. Now we're gonna grab our little Cella container here. As you can see, I've been digging into this quite a bit. Our $11 Amazon shave bowl with my little scoop here. Just scoop some out and transfer it to the bottom of the shave bowl. And then we can already close up the container. And there it is now. The brush that I'm gonna be using today is my one of the first ones that we bought here on the channel, the Diaz Cosmetic synthetic knot. I'll just get it wet, warm water in the sink, and then we're gonna just go right in here. A little bit more water maybe, and a little bit more water maybe. And we're gonna start building a lather. You guys know that I'm not, you know, I don't mess around. I don't want to do 20-minute lather. I know there are some guys that can, you know, they take a dry brush, rub it over the soap in the soap container 2, 3, 4 times in a few directions. That's how they load up the tips of the brush with just enough soap, and then they do an amazing lather, and they get, you know, out of this very little amount of soap, they get amazing lathers out of this. But it also takes them a while to do so, and you know, we want to keep those videos here brief. Well, not brief, but, you know, to the point. And therefore, we're not going to mess around. We're not going to spend 20 minutes on just lathering. That's just not my style. We just need soap. And my little soap scoop here just kind of loose from the bottom. And when we have enough on the brush, we can go and just transfer it over. And then, of course, it's tradition, right? That I always forget to turn my phone off when I start filming. And then, of course, it makes noise. A pretty nice sunny weather already here in Western Nevada. It's almost summer temperatures. Already got my first sunburn of the season. Always do a lot of yard work and, you know, little construction projects outside. I built a large deck in front of my house, which is also a carport at the same time. So pretty much a deck on top of a carport. And this was already 2 years ago, but there's still little things that I want to change and add. And anyways, so look at this. So now we have a Razor Emporium, Rex Supply Company, whoever manufacturer is Rex and the retailer is Razor Emporium, and I already have stuff on my t-shirt. We haven't even started, and there's a blade in here. We're on setting 6, and let's do the first pass. get the thing wet with the grain. Huh. Takes it right off. Amazing. Yeah, so when we had the Razor Emporium here on the channel previously, I probably was shaving at setting 3 at the most, and that scared me, and then I went down to a 2 and then to a 1. It's all about pressure control, keeping the line. Motorcycle season is upon us. Just this morning, I changed the motorcycle tire on my friend's motorcycle tires, or rims, wheels, rims. I have a little bit of a tire changing setup in the garage. So yeah, how is it at setting 6? For sure, a little bit blady, and so on this razor here, it's pretty much what it does. It's lowering the base plate that goes up and down. So if I now crank it to setting 1, you can see how close of a blade gap that is. And when I take it to 6 again, you can see how far that opens up. That doesn't necessarily change the curvature of the blade. It doesn't. It's still clamped between the top and the intermediate section here. It's clamped down, but the base plate goes up and down. But yeah, it definitely gives this whole thing a little bit more positive blade exposure. Very nice. Very blady, but very nice. Matt Pilsarsik is a big fan of also just shaving, single pass, or maybe single pass with a pickup to avoid all those things. Irritation, razor burn, ingrown hair. My last shave was with a Merkur Futur, which some people call a potato peeler. And I nicked my nose, like right here. That was brutal. So, I mean, the shaving on the flat surfaces of my face were no problem. But the rotating method here, not function. I don't know, I have word finding problems lately. Anyways, the rotating technique, or the sideways shaving under your nose to really get close in there, did not work with the Futur. And in the process of trying to do this rotating, I nicked my nose, and I didn't like that all that much. So yeah, this is much better. Setting 6 is aggressive, and it's fast and efficient and blady, and you can feel that when you lower the base plate that you turn this into a very much positive exposure razor, where it is probably relatively neutral or even negative when the base plate is right up there. So we're just loading up the brush one more time. I haven't even said anything about this lovely scented Cella soap. Marzipan, almonds. So someone explained to me in the comment section, why is the nut, or whatever an almond is, why is that called an almond? And then the tree, if you cut it down, the wood is almond. So almond and almond, why is that? I've now heard this multiple times. And I'm not native speaker English. I am wondering about those kind of things sometimes. Whoever comes up with that. Why is it an almond and the tree is an almond? Or is this just old guy speak? It really doesn't make any sense. But I don't know why. Maybe there's a reason to that. Okay, and here we go. Second pass. We're gonna do across the grain here. Still on sitting 6, by the way. Very good. Very, very good. Yeah. Very good. Didn't really talk about this razor much. So yeah, Razor Emporium sells those. Rex Supply is the manufacturer. They are sister companies, both owned and operated by Matt Pisarcik. They have a business where they, of course, sell shaving accessories and razors. Their own products, obviously, but they also restore, revamp, and replate vintage razors. So if you have a family heirloom razor from your grandfather and you want to get it replated, like nickel plated, gold plated, rhodium, you can send it into Razor Emporium and then they will take care of things for you. Of course, it's not free, but they do a really good job. Matt Pisarcik is a true shaving enthusiast. They can also sharpen your straight edge razor if you want to get that done. Very good. Yeah, this is as close as we will get. Maybe there's a little bit down here. Maybe I do a pickup pass. Okay, I'll do a pickup pass with a razor from Rex Supply Company, the Rex ambassador. I didn't believe this would ever happen, but on setting 6, 2 passes are not enough. No, really good razor. Somewhere around the $400 range, but you can also get this in fully polished or already plated in gold and rhodium. They also have a version which is the Prospector, I think, where it's gold and rhodium mixed. They do a lot of reviews themselves. Matt Pisarcik does shaving in front of camera. They have meets going on where people get together and talk shop. So yeah, a $400 US made razor by Rex Supply Company. Heirloom quality, and I mean the craftsmanship, all the fit and finish. If you would ever have any kind of alignment issues, any kind of problems with those, or you would accidentally drop it, damage it, they would fix it for you. They would take care of you, you know. Those things have nicely engraved here down below is a Rex Supply and then a serial number, which they're individual serial numbers. So 10 years, 20 years from now, you will be able to find out when this was made, and then made in the United States. So really good quality razor. This is really truly a razor that you can pass down to your grandkids, and they will be able to pass it down to their grandkids as long as you don't drop it on tile floor, I would say. Yeah, what can I say? This was a scary razor when I started out, and now it's very enjoyable even at setting 6, you know, and you can take it down to setting 1. Let's just get the face wet one more time, and I'm gonna slide it over my skin. I just want to feel what that feels. You know, back in my review, I said that this starts out at a too aggressive of a level. And now I feel like this is barely shaving at setting 6. So this is how opinions and reviews can change. This is a truly mild razor now for me at setting 1. I would probably never use it at setting 1 because, you know, you want to get it done. But yeah, good chunky weight. Here, let's take my razor blade box out of my scale and just drop it on the scale real quick. Okay, 107.58 grams, so pretty chunky. I'm not sure. I don't think they currently make any titanium razors, but if they would ever make one out of titanium, which is harder to machine, it's not stronger than steel, but it's a tougher material to machine. This behaves like steel. It's stainless steel, which has more chrome and other herbs and spices in it, but it's still relatively easy to machine on modern machinery. But titanium is a whole different ball game. And then also getting the brushed finishes done and all that, titanium is a little bit different. So it would make it significantly more expensive. And this is already $400 in its base form here. So I don't know how far I would want to go to have a really nice razor, but I think titanium would be a nice, probably bring it down to about 80 grams, 90 grams maybe. That would be pretty cool. Just an idea, Matt. So let's rinse off. That was good. Still wet t-shirt, unbelievable. Let's get the alum block out. A little tingle here and there. Not so bad. Couple little tingles. I know you guys like this stuff. I usually, when I shave by myself without camera, I never use an alum block, but I'll just do that for you guys. Rinse off one more time. Very nice. Taste is terrible. Yeah. Very good, very good. This was a very enjoyable shave here with this thing, and even setting 6, it didn't bite. I have not a single nick, no problems. And most importantly, I didn't nick my nose. I mean, seriously, I like this razor. I like the look of it, and really on my face, no problem. And we were shaving at setting 6 as well. So the Merkur Futur also goes to setting 6, but then I nicked my nose. Actually twice. I think I nicked it here and in the middle, just because I was trying to get the stubbles out of the way here, and I just couldn't achieve it. So completely different ball game. Nicely kind of a rounded shape here at the end. So this rounding off of the base plate here brings the base blade edge closer to the cutting edge of the razor blade. So you are much closer to the cutting edge here when you're doing stuff like this, you know, the detailed work. Maybe you have a beard and you want to really be able to make straight lines or get really close and detailed. This is much easier with a razor like this. Another feature that they got right is the strong curved blade, which puts a lot of tension on the blade, that keeps the cutting edge of the blade really straight and in shape. And the razor blade is pinched down hard the entire time, and the changing of the setting here has nothing to do with the blade tension. The blade tension remains the same. So you can change the settings while the blade is installed. If we would look at the Merkur Progress, which has the knob here at the bottom, the adjuster, which is at the same time also the device that applies tension to the blade. So you tighten this up, and then you see the base plate going up and down. But if you go too far, you actually take tension off of the blade, which is not the case here on this one. Of course, you can only go from setting 6 and a little bit to a little less than 1, and that's it. And it has an actual physical stop, which is nice. Yeah, machining the handle. I mean, there is barely any better handle than this. Even its brother, sister, whatever, the console, which are both adjustable. One is the slant razor, and this is the straight close comb. This has this the pine cone, that's what I meant to say, kind of this pine cone design, which isn't as grippy as this. This is really the most grippy I've ever shaved with. So you definitely would not accidentally drop this here. So this is one beautiful, well-made $400 razor, but buy once, cry once. If you are an experienced DE shaver and you want one razor that you can use in any kind of scenario, you know, let's say you shave every single day and you just want to take 1 day of growth off, you put it to setting 1 or 2, and you're going to be golden. And you have 4 days or 5 days of stubbles like I just had. You put it to setting 6 and it goes through like crazy. It's like the perfect lawnmower. And then put a sharp blade in there and it just goes through like butter. Yeah, Chilla, Unfortunately, they didn't scent match the aftershave balm. So the soap is this lovely almond marzipan scented soap. And then you get the aftershave balm out. And it smells more generic, kind of like powdery, a little bit fresh, but not like almond at all. So completely different ball game. And I just realized I forgot to use Thayer's. I was talking about the razor too much, but it's okay. I will survive. So Thayer's is primarily main ingredient is witch hazel water, which is known as a facial toner. So it doesn't say aftershave anything. It's facial toner. So you can use that and put that on your skin, and it sucks the little micro injuries together. It even tightens up the wrinkles. So you could just use some and, you know, put it around your eyes to remove the wrinkles, to make yourself look a little younger. And when I look at this picture on here and then know that this product has been around since 1847, I always imagine the guy sitting on a horse-drawn carriage going from town to town and then trying to sell his homemade remedies. And back in the days, it was probably not a facial toner. It was like the miracle cure for flat feet, for migraines, for nosebleed, and for wrinkles, you know. But that's how I imagined it to be. 1847, Mr. I don't even know what his name is. Mr. Thayer's, obviously. Yeah, so you can use that for all kinds of things and just sprinkle in your face. It doesn't have to have anything to do with shaving. And they have it in a few different varieties. This one here is the non-alcoholic one with aloe in it, but they have a couple other variations of this. So, clean shaven. Razor did well. I appreciate you, Brian, for sending this over. So sooner or later, we're going to try out the Envoy, which I have not used. So I have a Sentry, which is, again, its cousin. And this is the 3-piece lent. And here we have the 3-piece regular straight close comb. I think Razor Emporium should look into open comb razors. But man, those two here are really great. And I appreciate you, Brian, for sending those over. Alrighty, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you get something out of it. I will put some links down below. Check out a Rex Ambassador or a Rex Console or any of the Razor Emporium products. And by the way, they're not a channel sponsor. Nothing here is sponsored. It's just my opinion. They really make great products. And, you know, it's good for us to support our own industry and businesses, obviously. So that's why I'm doing that. All right, guys, that is it. We'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.